All I know is that you better stop getting these names tatted on you. You're starting to look like a sign-in sheet on God.
Okay, am I supposed to laugh now or am I supposed to laugh 3 seconds from now? I don't know, you tell me, because based on that goofy ass look on that goofy ass face of yours, you just know you got a laugh coming. You know that joke was fired, don't you? No.
Y'all can talk shit about renegades all you want. You're not strong enough to be one. And that's on period. You're scared to be alone. You're not strong. You're weak.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Bars.
Bitch, you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk, but want a winner's reward. Some suckers give you points, but bitch, you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping, then bitch, you getting ignored. Okay, I'm so sick of these. Okay, y'all, so we got Cash Me Outside 2.0 right here. I'm talking about big old popping it. Big old renegade popping it. You dig? Just talking like being a renegade is just something so remarkable. Something that just takes a whole lot of requirements. Like you gotta jump through flaming hoops, swim through quicksand, wrestle with 10 alligators in order to become a renegade, in order to qualify to be a renegade. And let me tell you, for those of y'all unaware, being a renegade is nothing special. You know what I mean? This chick is on here, big old popping it, alleging that in order to be a renegade, you have to be strong. Like being a renegade is just something that requires a whole lot of strength. On the other hand, she's also alleging that being a young lady that got folks in the game, you know, representing some ism, choosing a P, that's something that's weak. And they choose P's because they're weak and they're not strong enough to be a renegade. They're scared to be alone. So that's why they choose. Biggest crock of BS I ever heard in my life, officially, is what this chick is saying. It's nothing special about being a renegade, let me tell you. See, renegade is someone that's alone, someone that's by themselves, someone who is against the grain, basically someone who's backwards. It's somebody who is on their own and nobody can depend on them. They can't even depend on themselves. Trust me, from experience and observation, long time in the game, renegades ain't doing nothing special. There's some renegades out there that's just barely keeping their head above water. I'm talking about barely, like the water is on their chin. The water is tickling the hairs on their chinny chin right now. And they struggling for dear life not to sink below the water line. That's the best renegade scenario. But the average renegade scenario is they got their eyeballs barely above the water. And they get to poke their face out and take a deep breath, inhale and exhale one time before they face go back under the water and their eyelids is touching the water. That's the average story of the renegade. They can't be depended upon by anybody that they love. Family can't depend on them. Mama, auntie, grandma, kids if they got them, siblings, loved ones. Nobody can come to them for support in any type of way, whether that support is financial, whether that support is emotional, whatever the case may be. They're not reliable, they're not dependable, and they can't really depend upon themselves either because they barely achieve any type of anything that even remotely appears to look like slight success. You dig? On the other hand, a young lady that's stomping down for some ism on a daily basis, consistently staying down and standing tall for her people's crown, that's something that requires some strength. To surrender yourself wholeheartedly and fully to a man in the game, that's something that requires some strength. That's something that no weak individual can do. That's something that a renegade is too weak to do. See, because the reality is, I don't care what nobody tell you. Every renegade in the game got one individual that they like in the game. They just don't like the requirements to be with that individual. And they can't afford that individual. You dig? And furthermore, they gonna choose somebody. If they don't choose a P, they gonna choose a T. And if it ain't a T, there's a client that they met as a date. It's gonna be a dope boy, scammer, robber, hustler, gangbanger, one of those. But she's gonna choose somebody. She ain't gonna be by herself too long. Don't believe the hype, you dig? On the other hand, a hoe that's stomping down, representing her folks on the daily, hey man, that's something that's commendable, man. That's something to be
you know, acknowledged and admired and saluted, you know, because that's something that not everybody and anybody could do. You dig? See, if somebody climbs up a mountain and it's just them climbing up the mountain, you know, they might get some pats on the back. They might get some congratulations. But if somebody climbs up a mountain with somebody else on their back, they're going to be like, damn, did you see such and such climb up that mountain with her peoples on her back and she has stilettos on and she didn't even mess up her nails the whole time? Ooh wee. Yeah, that's something that's deserving of a round of applause, you dig? But the bottom line, don't believe the hype, man. That renegade stuff is nothing special. It's not something that anybody cannot do. It's something that anybody can do. You dig? Meanwhile, being a stomp down for some ism is not something that just anybody could do. It takes a whole lot of strength in order to do that, you dig? Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freezes it. Put some love in your body and I'll holler.
Now come and take a sip of this game. Pour it down your ear and let it drip to your brain so you can run it up, run it up. And we'll be coming up, really coming up. Take a sip of this game, let it saturate your brain. Taylor, make your homework so we can match it with my name. Then attach it to your frame, right? Now you game tight. Ready, set,